Help me out here. What does Binance have against Kaspa? What does CZ and Binance have against Yonathan Sompolinsky? Proof of work, the solver of the trilemma. Well, if you say nothing, I have a question. Why did they fade Yonathan Sompolinsky at Blockchain Week in Dubai? In this video, we're going to break down all of that, the history of why they've been fading Kaspa and what it has led to. And then we're going to get into Kaspa, the chart, because I must say, it is looking strong. As always, none of this is ever financial advice. Cryptocurrency is extremely risky. Always do your own research. Before we get into the video, click a like button. And for doing that, I'll post this picture of CZ right here. Now let's get into Kaspa. Blockchain Week in Dubai, one of the #1 events that happens in cryptocurrency because Binance is a leader in this industry. Binance is the #1 centralized exchange in the world. And you can see independent researcher, first place Yonathan Sompolinsky, but we know that he won this first overall and he was invited to speak at Blockchain Week in Dubai, but he did not. He declined. He said, "Thanks for including me in the top 100 blockchain people list. Appreciate the signal," but he started talking about how crypto went from a euphoric cypherpunk project, meaning people that actually care about sound money, to listing green frogs like Pepe and countless meme coins and just having large fees. Now, Binance's business model is their own business, and Caspa does not have to take that, but you can't sit there and say that y'all list projects on merit and merit alone when Caspa is not listed. The same goes for Coinbase, honestly, and any other exchange that has not listed it. And so here I want to show you all a video of when they were announcing all the people that were not able to make it to Blockchain Week in Dubai.
And of course, I cannot help but mention the winners who did win the award, but unfortunately could not be here with us tonight. And that is Tech and Tips 123, Decalizer, Ion Chain,
还有投研看见 AB 快东、于静 Amber、DeFi AG 和昊天 Crypto Insights。
CZ, why did y'all fade the man? Why did y'all fade him? Didn't even mention Michael Sutton or Yonathan Sompolinsky in this video. Wolfie did say that peanuts would be 1 to 3 mil because what they demanded was 3% max supply last week, and this was in November 5th, so this is like the end of October when this happened. But so they offered a listing for 41 mil USD, and I don't think anyone's upset that they won a listing because there is costs that go into this. There's costs for integration, there's costs for all kinds of stuff, and that's okay to want to pass those costs on, but 3% of a $1.5 billion asset. Let's go listen to what they were saying Kef was talking about with Caspa, talking about listings.
So in short, the exchange we've been speaking with is HTX. I think some people guess that. In general, that they ask for a fee, but not crazy. So we kind of agree to that.
So Caspa is being listed on HTX, right? And they asked for a little fee, and the Caspa folks over here at Caspa Kef, they obliged. It's the Caspa Ecosystem Foundation that is funding all of this. So I don't think anyone's upset that Binance maybe need a little bit of money to integrate the first BlockDAG Proof of Work, the crypto that solved the trilemma, right? This is not an ERC20. This is a new layer 1. So integration might be some cost, but 3% of the hardest money asset in the world, something that even has a better hash rate to market cap ratio than BTC. I absolutely love this example. But now that we've gotten through Binance potentially not liking Caspa for whatever reason, I want to break down the chart and show what I'm seeing. Currently a 1.5 bill market cap, 31 mil in volume. When we come down here and look at the exchanges, there will be HTX coming in the near future. Whenever we take a look at tier 1s, you got Bybit and And then I would probably say Kraken is the next best one, especially for US residents. That is the next best one. But let's break down this price just a little bit and show you what I am looking at. If we come mark down these lows right here, peaked about 75%. Currently, it's up around 50%, but it's looking very, very strong. And I showed something the other day of what I was looking at. If we come over here to the daily and we take a look at these moving averages, you can see we are now above these averages right here at the 20 and the 50 day. What I'm wanting to see if we can even do is get above this 200-day moving average. That would be awesome, because you could see that basically since we peaked out, we've been below all of these averages for the majority of the time. Sometimes we get above the 20, sometimes we get above the 50, but nothing sustained. So if we can see a sustainable move above this, well, that'll be very, very bullish for overall Caspa. But we've also got to take a look at Bitcoin dominance, which looks weaker than almost any altcoin. So this is how much of the overall crypto market cap does Bitcoin possess. And you can see whenever we're in a Bitcoin dominant cycle, it is up a very high, 65, 64, 66%. But now if you were just to look at this as any other chart, it kind of looks like it's rolling over. And so those funds have to go somewhere. Are they going to go into Caspa? Well, I sure hope so. But we've also got to keep a look at BTC, because even though we want Bitcoin's dominance to fall, we don't want the price of BTC to fall off the cliff, right? Because then that's going to affect everything else. But Caspa is looking stronger than any other altcoin, and I would say the top 60 or 70. And I'll say that because just 2 weeks ago, Caspa was down here at 60th, 61st, and it is moving spots. Like there was one time a month ago that Pump.Fun was a higher market cap than Caspa. If that doesn't tell you that we've got a ton of liquidity into assets and crypto that do not deserve to be there, I don't know what does. But Caspa at 48th, the highest I've ever seen it, I want to say is like 28th or 30th. And so that's what I am eyeing for this. But we've definitely got to keep a look at Bitcoin dominance. If we see this start to pick up, then we can think that alts will suffer a little bit longer. But so far, everything is looking good for a Caspa. But I want to know, do you think it was an obvious, apparent move to leave Yonathan Sompolinsky and Caspa out of Blockchain Week entirely after he declined the invite? Or do you think they just might have missed it, forgot to write his name, just forgot about the best proof of work that solved the trilemma? Let me know down below. Watch this video up above. And if you're not a part of the Finance Freeman family, what are we doing? Subscribe. I love you all.